I love new products, I love new toys, I have a lot of new toys, I keep buying machines, I love machining.
Anotronic and Sodick have got a long-standing working relationship, so over 30 years. Martin bought his first machine from Peter quite some time ago, and the relationship's built from there. So the Sodick machines have a great vast bank of technology, the evolution of machine tool control, the characteristics of the machine have improved over time. So we like to bring people into the Sodick family, work together, and the relationship just develops.
My name's Martin White. I am the MD of Anotronic Ltd. We've been going 42 years. My father started it in 1982. I joined in 85, although I did work all my school time and off time up to that point. I would have been here 40 years next year. So yes, I've been doing this a long, long time. We tend to do difficult machining, so it can be Inconels, specialty stainless, Inconel, titanium, everything that's difficult to machine. And we tend to just take on the worst jobs because we can, because we have all the processes in-house to do what we need to do. We buy premium machines. We look to buy better machines now as we've got older and more established, purely and simply because of reliability and unmanned running. We've got a die sink, one die sink. We've had for a long, long time that Sodick have looked after for us for probably best part of 20 years. I've got AG600LH, which we bought about 7 years ago. That does tool work, 500 high, which we regularly do, with a big bobbin on it, so we can run 70, 80 hours unmanned. And this is our latest machine, the ALC600G. We bought this machine. We had a project that we do a sister part for, that we ran maybe 40 parts. It used to take us 3 months. We had an order placed on us last year for 300 of this new part, and we couldn't have done it without another machine because we knew that we'd have to run pretty much 24 hours a day to get the parts done.
Martin doesn't just take on board your run-of-the-mill CNC jobs. He tackles the higher end of the industry, probably the components that a lot of people wouldn't like to tackle themselves. So he would look at a job from the application point of view rather than the machining time point of view. So therefore giving himself an inboard challenge. With the Sodick technology and the special characteristics of the machine, he can utilise this to fund all his applications and do something out of the norm, something quite unique. So the characteristics of the application Martin's been working on require some quite steep taper angles. So this machine has a really large U and V travels, which allows tapered angles up to 45 degrees. So machining this part can be done in situ rather than the integration of a fourth and fifth axis. So you can utilise it with one fixture on the machine table as you see here. Also you can utilise the onboard technology. So what we've done, we've worked with the onboard IQ CAD system, brought Martin's product model into the machine, and we've actually drawn the profile on board utilising the U and V axis cutting technology. The program's been generated, parts machined, the job's complete.
So we're using a very complex 4-axis program to cut a rotary part that basically has 45-degree slots in it. The only way we could do that was use the software that we currently use, which we've been using for years and years, couldn't manage it. So we've used the inboard software in the control to take a 3D model and create a tool path for us to cut the part. It's extreme angles. We're talking 45 degrees, so we're moving anything up to 40 to 50 mil in U and V to create this particular cutting path. We had to have wide nozzles, wide guides, everything to get this part, and it's done a brilliant job, an absolute brilliant job. I mean, I have been a Sodick user for nearly 40 years, 35 to 40 years. We have other wire machines, which are great. I don't knock them in any way. The beauty of the Sodicks is you can just jump into a program anywhere within the program and run. without having to edit the program and go into it. It just makes things very, very easy. It's a very, very clever, powerful software. Just little things that you can put negative offsets, you can normally have cut a comp on a machine, we can actually drive the comp the other way and cut the other side of the part using a negative value. Now most controls just throw that out, whereas it just accepts it and just does the job. For me personally, I was doing all hours, 15, 20 hours a day, and it was just too much. Didn't see my kids growing up, and something had to change. So we just, automation. With the market flexing up and down, we didn't want to put loads of staff on. We've got a very, very small team. We all work really, really hard, but we get to our common goal, and we run a lot of machines with very few people. Sodick, they're a very established brand. They've got a great customer base. They've got very good knowledge. Their engineers are really, really good. All their people have been with them for a long, long time. You know, they don't tend to lose a lot of their employees. So you've got that continuity between engineers, between help, support, everybody. I mean, I've known Peter 35 years, so it's been a really good marriage,